Hello students, welcome to EPG Padashala. I am Dr. P. A. Rajeshwari, Assistant Professor in the Department of Food Science and Nutrition, Avinashalingam University for Home Science and Higher Education for Women. Today we are going to discuss about the foods for polycystic ovary syndrome. Polycystic ovary syndrome is a chronic hormonal and metabolic disorder that presents an array of health problems such as infertility, overweight, hair loss, depression, dark skin patches, and lack of energy. In each menstrual cycle, follicles grow on the ovaries. Eggs develop within those follicles, one of which will reach maturity sooner than the others and be released into the fallopian tubes. This is called ovulation, and the remaining follicles which dissolve back into the ovary. In case of polycystic ovaries, however, the ovaries are larger than normal and are a series of undeveloped follicles that appear in clumps rather like a branch of grapes. Polycystic ovary syndrome is the name given to a metabolic condition in which a woman will have polycystic ovaries along with certain pattern of other symptoms that reflect imbalances in reproductive and other hormones. As serious as the symptoms are, the consequences of not dealing effectively with PCOS are even more serious, including heart disease, diabetes, reduced quality of life, and shortened lifespan. PCOS is the most common hormonal disorder occurring in women during their reproductive years. It is thought that 4% to 10% of all women have PCOS. However, since many women do not know they have PCOS or some aspects of it, the actual number probably exceeds 10%. PCOS is a leading cause of infertility. Symptoms of PCOS frequently start to show up soon after puberty. Let us now have a look at the symptoms of PCOS. PCOS presents a series of symptoms. Each woman with PCOS will have some combination of the following symptoms, namely multiple ovarian cysts, polycystic ovaries 2 to 5 times larger than normal healthy ovaries, irregular menstrual cycle, infertility, acne, obesity or inability to lose weight, excessive body or facial hair, insulin resistance and possibly diabetes, thinning of scalp hair, velvety hyperpigmented skin folds, high blood pressure, multiple hormone imbalances commonly including androgens, cortisol, estrogen, follicle stimulating hormone, insulin, luteinizing hormone, progesterone, prolactin and thyroid hormones. The long-term health consequences of PCOS may include but are not limited to cardiovascular diseases, diabetes, pregnancy associated disorders and cancer. Coming to the important aspect, that is the role of diet in PCOS. Dietary management plays an important role in PCOS management. The foundation of the new food guidelines consists of dietary management, weight management and daily exercise recommendations. The guidelines encourages consuming a variety of nutrient-dense foods and beverages within and among the basic 5 food groups while consuming foods that limit the intake of saturated and trans fats, cholesterol, added sugar, salt and alcohol. In addition, the new guidelines strongly encourage maintaining body weight in a healthy range by the following steps: balancing calories from foods and beverages with calories used in daily activity, preventing gradual weight gain over time with small decrease in food and beverage calories and appropriate increase in physical activity. Eating the right foods These are the basic recommendations of the USDA's new food guidelines. Now let us see in detail. Carbohydrates. Choose fiber-rich fruits, vegetables and whole grains. Choose and prepare foods and beverages with little added sugar. Fats. Consumption of less than 10% of calories from saturated fatty acids and less than 300 mg per day of cholesterol, and keep trans fatty acid consumption as low as possible. Total fat intake between 20% to 35% of calories, with most fats coming from sources of polyunsaturated and monounsaturated fatty acids such as fish, nuts and vegetable oils. When selecting and preparing meat, poultry, dry beans, milk or milk products, make choices that are lean, low fat or fat free. Fruits and vegetables. 2 cups of fruits and 2.5 cups of vegetables per day are recommended. Reference 2000 calorie intake, with higher or lower amounts depending upon the calorie level. Choose a variety of fruits and vegetables each day. In particular, select from all 5 vegetable subgroups, namely dark green, orange, legumes, starchy vegetables and other vegetables. Dairy products. Consume 3 cups per day of fat-free or low-fat milk or equivalent milk products. Sodium and potassium. Consume less than 2300 mg of sodium, approximately 1 teaspoon of salt per day. Choose and prepare foods with little salt. At same time, consume potassium-rich foods such as fruits and vegetables. Physical activity. Engaging in regular physical activity and reducing sedentary activities promote health, psychological well-being and healthy body weight. Here is some basic information that will help to determine what constitutes a healthy physical activity. Engage in at least 30 minutes of moderate intensity physical activity above usual activity at work or home on most days of the week. For most people, greater health benefits can be obtained by engaging in physical activity. To help manage adult body weight and prevent gradual weight gain, engage in approximately 60 minutes of moderate to vigorous activity on most days of the week while consuming less calories than they actually need. To sustain weight loss in adulthood, participate in at least 60 to 90 minutes of daily moderate intensity physical activity while not consuming more calories than actual need. Coming to the basic elements of healthy PCOS diet, there is no calorie counting or portion control required. The PCOS diet is not a diet in the modern sense of the term. It is simply eating foods that is helpful for optimal gene expression. There is no one size fits all diet. Everyone's genes are different in some ways or anyone else. So a food that is helpful to someone may not be helpful to the other. Eat the highest quality food possible. Beware of and avoid environmental pollutants in the food. Consume organically raised and clean foods as much as possible. One can eat all the freshwater fish, seafood and very lean meat as per wish, provided it is as healthy as possible and free of contamination as possible. One can eat all the non-starchy vegetables and fruits. Avoid all grains and legumes. Avoid all dairy products. Avoid all processed, fabricated and refined foods. Plant foods and PCOS. In addition to providing energy and essential nutrients, plant foods contain a wide array of signaling substances that influence the activity of cells. This fact is especially important for women with PCOS. PCOS occurs due to the improper working of hormonal and other cell signaling system. Eating fresh, whole plant foods will improve the ability of the body to function properly. Whole plant foods may have these beneficial effects such as reduction of hyperinsulinism and insulin resistance, increase in sex hormone binding globulin, reduction in free testosterone levels, more effective metabolism and elimination of hormones, weight loss, lower risk of diabetes and cardiovascular diseases, and healthier ovarian function. Plant pigment and ovarian function. Many plant foods are rich in red, yellow and orange pigments called carotenoids. Of more than 700 naturally occurring carotenoids identified thus far, as many as 50 may be observed and metabolized by the human body. Carotenoids provide antioxidant production, improve cell-to-cell communication and support the immune system in addition to other functions. Role of carotenoids in PCOS. Beta-carotene, the corpus luteum that appears on the ovary at ovulation, contains the highest level of beta-carotene in the body. Lutein, it appears to play an important role in ovarian function. Originally, lutein was isolated from corpus luteum, hence the name lutein was derived. The corpus luteum of the ovaries contain high concentrations of lutein as well as other carotenoids. The role of carotenoids in the ovaries is not entirely clear, although it may have to do with protection against free radicals. One study has noted that women with more consistent levels of carotenoids were more likely to become pregnant in vitro fertilization than women who had more varying levels of carotenoids. A couple of studies have suggested that a free radical activity may interfere with the corpus luteum's ability to produce steroid hormones such as progesterone. Conceivably, carotenoids may help to control some of this free radical activity since they are well known as antioxidant. It is also possible that increased intake of carotenoids may help to increase progesterone production. Carotenoids may also be helpful for controlling insulin levels and reducing risk of diabetes. Plant sterols and PCOS. Sterols are fats present in all plants including fruits and vegetables. They affect the physiology and have anti-inflammatory, blood sugar control and hormone influencing properties. For example, some sterols help to prevent the blood sugar from going too high, apparently by stimulating pancreas to produce insulin. Another example is beta-sitosterol, which inhibits the conversion of testosterone into the powerful dihydrotestosterone, which can cause hair loss. Protein and blood sugar in association with PCOS. Some women with PCOS have blood sugar levels that are too high or fluctuate to higher levels. The increased blood sugar level causes an unwarranted increase in insulin. If the insulin increase is sustained over time, insulin resistance can result. A number of studies have demonstrated that a relatively high level of protein in the diet will lower blood sugar levels. The carbohydrate content was decreased from 55% to 45%, that is, the dietary protein replaced part of the carbohydrate. The protein increase resulted in a decrease in glucose and glycosylated hemoglobin levels with a moderate increase in insulin secretion. The glycosylated hemoglobin blood test results in significant increase because it reveals the average blood glucose level over a period of 90 days. It means that the blood sugar remained lower over a period of time. The study also showed that kidney function was not impaired by increasing the protein to 30% of total calories. Cod liver oil also has some vitamin D which may be helpful to PCOS women. Lemon flavored fish oil is available so that can mask the fishy taste. It also reduces potential increase in cortisol, the stress hormone that causes the problem of PCOS in women. Stop the junk foods. Junk food is any food that is high in calories but low in nutrition. These calories are called empty calories. Junk foods are typically high in refined carbohydrates, sweeteners, and poor quality fats. These are attractively packaged and presented and are easy to consume. These also taste good, and these foods may worsen the situation in PCOS patients. Hence, it is advised to avoid junk foods. Eat whole foods. The converse of stopping junk foods is to increase the consumption of whole foods. Whole foods are the essence of the diet for PCOS. Whole foods give the nutritional factors need to bring hormones closer to normal and allow to become fertile. Whole foods are those that are not processed. Always opt for whole foods whenever possible. Organic foods. Huge quantities of chemical pollutants are added to our environment. Some of it inevitably ends up in the food supply. Nearly all of these chemicals are toxic to the body. Some are hormone mimics or hormone disruptors that can reduce fertility. In addition, monoculture has depleted our soils for nutrients. Food may appear the same but actually contains lower quantities of nutrients. One can minimize these problems by consuming organic foods in a long run. Avoid genetically modified foods. Over the past few decades, crops that have been genetically modified in order to increase crop yields and to improve their processing and marketing characteristics. This increases profits for food growers, processors, and distributors. One can least assure that genetically modified foods were not created in order to improve the health. Genetically modified crops have been introduced on a truly massive scale to achieve profit. It is too early to know that how these altered foodstuffs will affect the fertility. Until the food industry can prove that genetically modified foods do not impair fertility, it is best to avoid them. Balance of essential fats. People consume a modern diet rich in processed foods have an imbalance of essential fatty acids. There are two groups of essential fatty acids, namely omega-6 and omega-3. Most people consume too much omega-6 and not nearly enough omega-3 fatty acids. Balancing these two ratios are necessary to get hormones back into the healthy balance to overcome the problems faced by PCOS. Minimize gluten grains. This is a new concept. A large segment of the population cannot tolerate gluten, a substance found primarily in wheat, rye, and barley. Some women with gluten intolerance have impaired fertility. Wheat is by far the biggest source of gluten. Since wheat is found in nearly all baked goods as well as thousands of processed foods, gluten's effect may be indirect in that it damages the lining of the intestines and thus reduces the absorption of essential nutrients from the food. The gluten itself may trigger an undesirable immune response which indirectly induces PCOS. Dietary fiber. Dietary fiber is necessary for optimal excretion of hormones such as estrogen via the stool. It also slows down absorption of foods so that blood sugar is more stable. Eating whole food provides enough fiber. Eating refined or processed foods may need additional supplemental fiber in the diet. However, adding fiber to a processed food diet is not nearly as beneficial as simply eating whole foods. Hence, it is advised to consume raw fruits and vegetables and include them in the daily diet. Reduce saturated fat. A diet high in saturated animal fats tend to increase estrogen. Women with PCOS may already have an estrogen level that is too high relatively to progesterone and thus have difficulty in ovulation. In addition, a diet that is too high in saturated fats impairs the metabolism of essential fatty acids, creating disordered cell function that can perpetuate hormonal imbalances. Women who are on popular low carb diets to lose weight may be consuming too much saturated fat. Reduce alcohol intake. While trying to conceive, studies suggest that one can improve their fertility by sharply reducing their level of consumption of alcoholic beverages. Reduce stress. Stress hormones disrupt the other hormones, including reproductive hormones. They also lead to weight gain and worsen insulin resistance. To become fertile, focus on reducing sources of stress in life. Exercise. Exercise reduces insulin resistance, reduces body fat, and provide a host of other health benefits. Regular exercise can enhance fertility for most PCOS women. A number of studies have demonstrated that women with PCOS or insulin resistance can greatly benefit from regular exercise. Now let us see about the results of medical researchers on PCOS. Evidence of pancreatic exhaustion is seen frequently in women with PCOS. Insulin resistance normally forces the pancreas to overwork to secrete lot of insulin. This leads to cellular dysfunction and inability to produce enough insulin to control blood sugar, leading to diabetes. 40% of women with PCOS have abnormal blood sugar levels and 10% already have type 2 diabetes. The incidence of diabetes in adolescents with PCOS is comparable to that seen in adults. Women with PCOS have blood sugar imbalances at rates as high as those in the risk of ethnic groups in the world, such as the Pima Indians. PCOS is associated with elevated low density lipoprotein levels, that is the bad cholesterol, regardless of weight. PCOS and obesity together lead to chronically elevated triglycerides, which contribute to heart disease. High blood pressure is commonly seen in women with PCOS. PCOS is associated with indicators of cardiovascular disease, including increased blood clot formation, increased inflammation, and thickening of blood vessel walls, and abnormal cholesterol and triglycerides. 70% of women with abnormally infrequent or scanty menstrual flow have evidences of PCOS, and 33% have abnormal blood sugar levels. Using menstrual cycle length of 40 days or more as an indicator, the Nurses' Health Study showed a 2.2-fold increase in the risk of type 2 diabetes development. The study also showed that irregular menses was associated with a 53% increase in cardiovascular episodes. Women with PCOS have reproductive abnormalities including increased gestational diabetes in both obese and non-obese women, pregnancy-induced hypertension and preeclampsia. Preeclampsia is a condition that can develop in the late pregnancy. It is characterized by a sudden rise in blood pressure, excessive weight gain, generalized swelling and protein loss in the urine, severe headache and visual disturbances. PCOS women also have an increased endometrial cancer risk. The risk of ovarian cancer is increased to 2.5 times, particularly among women who had never used oral contraceptives. Breast cancer risk is not clearly increased with PCOS. So to conclude, PCOS, a major threat among the reproductive age women that occurs mainly as a result of lifestyle changes, environmental changes and genetic predisposition. PCOS can be treated by effective combination of dietary modifications along with regular exercise to maintain ideal weight. As a result of the following, stress management and maintaining the hormonal balance is 100% possible. If PCOS can be controlled, then the conception and fertility rates can also be increased. It is important to understand that there is no cure for PCOS and there is no magical formula that going to make all better. But by making these diet and lifestyle changes, which can manage the symptoms hopefully to have happy families and lead fulfilled lives where they are happy with bodies and the way of presentation. Thank you.